Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing another fall or autumn themed set. We're going to be going in with NotPolish acrylic in Very Tau and also Kiara Sky's clear. I'm going to mix those two together. And I'm going to be using my V Beauty Pure size 12 Kolinsky brush. So what I'm doing is taking 2 scoops of the Kiara Sky clear and 2 scoops of the Very Tau. And I'm gonna mix those two together, and it just makes it a really pretty milky nude pink color. Very Tau on its own is very beautiful, very gorgeous color. It's just a little bit more less milky, less sheer. You know what I'm saying? Not that this is sheer. You guys will see. It's not sheer, but it just has that more watery, milky look to it instead of being more of a solid color. You know what I'm saying? Super pretty. I really liked how this turned out. So yeah, I'm using Kiara Sky's monomer, my size 12 V Beauty Pure Kolinsky brush, and I think that's it so far. So yeah, we're doing a fall theme set. I kind of noticed that most people that I've seen so far, like on Instagram or YouTube, they kind of go from doing Halloween sets, and then after Halloween is over, they jump straight into Christmas. Like everybody forgets about fall or Thanksgiving, you know? And I don't know, I think that's kind of sad. Like, I feel like fall nails, even though there's not, well, actually, so in my last video, I said that there's not a huge variety. Like, it's kind of hard for me, anyways, to think of a fall themed set of nails to do. But then when I started looking more into it, there's actually a huge variety. Like, there's so many different things that you could do that would, that would go with the autumn theme. You know what I'm saying? So I found this new YouTube channel, and this is what this set of nails is inspired by. Her name is, oh my god, am I gonna forget? I'm gonna put it in the description box, but I'm 99.9% sure her name is Nails Slayed by Val. She's pretty big. I'm honestly really surprised that I'm just now finding her channel, because I watch nail videos a lot, and I'm very surprised that I'm just now seeing her. So yeah, Nails Slayed by Val. She has like 99,000 subscribers, so she's a pretty big channel, and she has the most adorable, amazing sets of nails, guys. If you haven't heard of her, which if you're into nails, I'm more than sure you have heard of her by now, go check out her channel. She makes the most adorable sets of nails, and so this is what this set is inspired by. This is the Young Nails acrylic brush. I think they call it their artistic sculptor brush. It comes in, if you buy their acrylic kits on the Young Nails website, this is the brush that comes in those kits. And I really like this, but you can also buy it separately. What I really like about this brush is that it's a lot smaller. I don't even know technically what the size is. I don't even know if they say it on their website what size it's supposed to be. But it's very small and it's very stiff, so it's like it's not super fluffy. You know what I mean? It's small and stiff, and it's perfect for doing the cuticle area. So that is what I used it for. This was my first time using it, and I do really like it a lot. So I go back and forth between my V Beauty Pure brush and then the Young Nails brush to do the cuticle area. It's perfect for getting in those small areas, the tighter areas. It's really good for that. But yeah, Nails Slayed by Val. Oh my god, she makes the cutest sets of nails, you guys. It's like everything that she makes is so my style. Like my vibe, my style, like perfectly. Like I love what she does. It's very, her style seems very girly, very coquette-ish, just super cute stuff. So yeah, this nail set was inspired by one of the sets that she posted. On her set, she had a Winnie the Pooh character, I think, on the middle nail, and I wasn't brave enough to try to attempt to make a Winnie the Pooh character. I have never done any type of character nail art. So I was not brave enough to do it. So I switched out the Winnie the Pooh for just like a, it's supposed to look like a fall tree, but my 6-year-old son and my husband did not know what it was supposed to be once the nails were done. So take with that, take from that what you will. I thought it looked like a fall tree, but when I showed them my nails, they weren't, they couldn't tell what it was supposed to be. I'm also using the NotPolish half cover nail tips, and they are the coffin shaped no C curve. I love these nail tips because they, to me, I feel like when you cut them down, like if you're not using them full length, they look more like a tapered square, and that's my favorite shape as of recently, tapered square. Also, I have leftover acrylic on my natural nails from older sets. I do that on purpose because I don't like to completely, since I do my nails so often, I don't like to completely soak off my acrylics and then go in with a brand new set, because when I do that, I tend to overfile my natural nails. And yeah, so this saves me from doing that. So what I do whenever I'm ready to take off a set of nails is I will clip them down, and then I'll go in with my e-file, and I will file down until I get to my clear base layer of acrylic, and then I'll start over again. So yeah, if you guys ever see that it looks like there's still old acrylic left over, that's because there is. I learned that little trick from Zule's nails. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I did have some damage on my middle finger, I think it was. To be honest with you guys, I don't even know what I did to it. I don't remember ever hurting it. I don't remember ever feeling any pain or hitting it into anything. But I noticed that I had like a little red mark on my middle nail, like my natural nail. So I don't know what happened there. But I would say that this set, I was trying to get a little bit out of my comfort zone. I want to try to get more into doing nail art, but with gel, because I kind of would say I'm I'm decent with doing like acrylic nail art. I definitely have experimented with that a lot more than gel. So I'm a lot newer with doing gel nail art, but I feel like you have a way more bigger variety of things that you can do with the gel and painting versus, just using acrylic. So these are the nails after they've been filed and shaped. And we're going to go ahead and get into our nail art. Going in with the Madame Glam striping brush. I love this brush for doing bigger line work, like thicker line work. So I'm doing like a plaid design on this nail, and so I needed thicker stripes. This brush is perfect for that, and it's also perfect for filling in, like say like you're drawing a pumpkin and you need to fill it in. This is perfect for filling in bigger, larger areas of space, you know what I mean? I didn't show all of the gel colors that I used because I used a lot of them, and I also mixed a lot of colors together. Almost every single color that I used is from NotPolish's new solo gel collection, and I used, I think, one D&D gel polish. But I mixed almost every color that I used. I mixed because I didn't have the colors I needed, so I had to mix them. So that's why I didn't feel it really useful to show the colors I used, because I had to mix them anyway. So yeah, this is just kind of like a pumpkin-y orange, maybe a little bit more on the brown side. And we're just doing a, like I said, a plaid design, going in with a thicker stripe from top to bottom, so straight down, and then doing another stripe with the same color from side to side. Pretty easy, especially it's a lot easier when you're doing thicker lines, because I did a design like this one time and the lines were super thin, and it's a little bit harder to get your line perfectly straight or even when you're doing a thinner line. It's a lot easier when you're doing these thicker lines. I really do love these NotPolish solo gel colors. If you guys are in need of new gel polishes, I highly recommend them. They're great. This is the Nails by Dev Dreamliner brush. This is the 15 millimeter. And I'm just going in with a pale yellow. I honestly wish I would have had a less pastel yellow. I wish I would have had just a kind of like a basic yellow color. I think it would have looked a lot better, but I didn't have one. This was the closest I could get. But I guess it still works. But yeah, if I had it my way, I would have had just a kind of more like a regular basic yellow, not something so pastel. We're just adding a thin line on top of the last line that we made, going from side to side, and then we're going to do another one more towards the middle of the nail, going side to side. Pretty simple, pretty easy. And for anybody that doesn't know, I am a beginner at doing nails. I've only been doing nails for probably 8 or 9 months now. So I'm a beginner at everything, at doing acrylics, doing nail art. I've literally just started doing nails about 8 or 9 months ago. So anything that you guys see on my channel, I would consider beginner friendly. But yeah, like I was saying, I do want to get into trying to do some more nail art. And I kind of want to try to do some character nail art. I think I'm getting the courage to at least try it and see. So this is, now I'm going in with more of a orangier shade, less brown, more orange, and just adding more lines. What I would recommend, if you guys want to do a plaid design, find one that you like, find a picture that you like, you know, like an inspiration picture, and just follow that. I would say myself, I'm not very creative naturally in my mind. When it comes to anything, when it comes to decorating my house, when it comes to decorating my nails, accessorizing my clothes, I'm very, very basic, super basic. So whenever I do anything that is even considered the slightest amount creative, I'm usually taking inspiration from somebody. So I would recommend that for plaid designs, because you can go pretty, I don't know, I guess for me anyways, personally for me, I kind of find it a little bit difficult to think about what colors would look good together or what lines, the thickness, and I don't know. I would just say, especially if you're a beginner, just copy off of somebody else and follow that. I think it'll make it a lot easier for you. Now just going in with a very dark chocolatey brown, and adding a super thin line of that from top to bottom. And also, you guys, I am curing, or like flash curing, in between each line. Or maybe I would do like 2 lines and then flash cure for at least 30 seconds. I highly recommend doing that. Like, if you get a good line that you're happy with, go ahead and cure it. That way, if you make a mistake later on and you need to wipe it off, you don't have to wipe off the parts that you're happy with. You know what I mean? So yeah, adding another dark brown line from side to side. And I think we're going to add another one. I think we're going to add another 2 more lines. Also, if you guys are curious about the nails on my right hand, I do have that video up on my channel of me doing that whole set. Like I said in that video, I did not do the thumb. I did not decorate the thumb on that set of nails. I was kind of getting discouraged with the set. I kind of struggled with my design, and also my son was rushing me, so I didn't decorate the thumb, but the rest of the nails are decorated. So if you guys want to see that video, it is up on my channel. So yeah, adding another thin dark brown line towards the middle, and we're going to add one more towards the tip of the nail. and then we're gonna move on. I did like how the plaid came out. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I wasn't loving my colors. I wish I would have had a bigger variety of colors to work with. Um, I'm kind of trying to grow my collection of gels, like gel polishes, gel liners, because I don't have that many. So a lot of the times when I'm doing gel nail art, I have to mix my colors. So yeah, I'm not totally in love with the color combination, but it's still cute. Now we're going to move on to the pinky nail, and to be honest, I think the pinky and the thumb were my favorite nails out of this set. They're super simple, very easy, but I don't know, I love the way that it came out, especially the thumb. We're just drawing some leaves, some fall looking type of leaves. You're basically just going to make little ovals, little oval shapes, and then a little tiny stem of the leaf, whatever you want to call it. And then I take later on some darker brown gel and just add a little bit of dimension to the leaves, like maybe like a little line going down the middle. Yeah, and that adds to the leaves a lot. I also added a couple of, I don't know what you would call it. I'll talk about it when we get there. It's kind of hard to explain. But yeah, super simple, very easy to do. This was my first time ever drawing leaves like this, and I would say it's pretty easy and beginner friendly. I'm just going in with different shades of brown and orange to do these. I wanted it to be very fall-ish, you know. Also, my ring is obviously way too big for me, so it's always sliding around. It's always twisting around. I really need to have it sized. So now I'm adding a dark brown, different shaped leaf. You're just gonna draw a line and then draw two lines pointing downward on each side. So again, super easy, and it's a lot easier to just watch what I'm doing versus me trying to explain it. So yeah, you're gonna make a straight line and then two pointed lines going downward, and that's literally it. And to me, it comes out so adorable, so cute. It's kind of hard for me to see what I'm doing here. Oh, I'm outlining them. I'm outlining the leaves with a darker shade of brown. Again, flash carrying in between so nothing gets messed up. Outlining the leaves. Gonna add a little line going down the middle. And these little details, guys, really make your set pop. You wouldn't think that these small little details make a difference, but they really do. They really make a big difference. So these were the little things I was talking about. I don't know what you would call these, but I'm making two little curved lines on the side of one leaf, and then I'm making these little like dash marks. Kind of what it looks like, a trail of wind maybe. I don't really know what it's supposed to be, but it looks super cute. So I just added three little lines. And now we are moving on to the pointer finger. And I'm using a orangey brown shade, and we're going to be making some pumpkins. We're going to be making two pumpkins stacked on top of each other. You're going to make a wide M shape, fill it in, and then you're going to do the same exact thing on top of it, just a little bit smaller. So it looks like there's a larger pumpkin at the bottom and then a smaller pumpkin stacked on top. This is a very much trust the process type of drawing or design, because it looks absolutely nothing like a pumpkin until you go in later on and make your little pumpkin lines. So yeah, I'm using that Madame Glam striping brush and filling it in with our orangey brown shade. And then we are going to draw our second pumpkin, again making a wide M shape, a little bit smaller than the one that's on the bottom. And same thing, we're going to fill that in. And then after we fill it in, I did cure it first. After I filled it in, I cured it, and then we're going to go ahead and outline our pumpkins with a dark brown shade. I think when you're doing softer looks like this, using a dark brown to outline your designs looks a lot better than using just a jet black. I think jet black can be kind of harsh. So I'm just using a super, super dark brown and outlining where that M shape would have been, you know. Again, a very easy design, very beginner friendly. Guys, I am not artistic at all. I'm not a drawer, I'm not a painter, so anything that you guys see on my channel will be very beginner friendly. Outlining the top pumpkin, just outlining that wide M shape. And then we're going to be adding our curved pumpkin lines. I typically, whenever I'm making these pumpkins, I draw 2 lines. I'm sorry if this sounds weird, but I got a phone call and it stopped my voiceover. I don't know how to fix that, but anyway, what I was saying is, typically when I draw pumpkins, I will do 2 curved lines on each side. So you're going to do 2 like in the middle, 1 on each side, and then you're going to do 1 on either side of those lines. I heard somebody say recently, when you're drawing pumpkins, that they feel like you could do as many lines as you want, but doing 2 on each side looks the most realistic. So I kind of just stick to that. So just doing the same thing on the top pumpkin. 2 curved lines on each side. And then we're going to be adding our stems, which the stems are super easy. Pretty much a, what is it? An upside down triangle. Now we're adding our stems, same dark brown shade. I would say what I'm trying to get used to as far as doing like gel art is figuring out how much gel to have on my brush. And I'm trying to get used to like how much pressure to have, especially when you're doing like line work. So yeah, I'm trying to practice on that, especially the amount of gel to have on your brush, because it seems like I always have too less or too much. It's kind of hard to figure out the perfect in between. So now what I'm doing is taking a different shade of orange and I'm gonna add, I guess you could call it shading, on every side where there's a line. I'm just gonna go next to that line and add a little bit of the darker orange. And I think this adds a very pretty touch to the nails, to the pumpkins. When you go over it with top coat at the end, it's not as noticeable, but you could still see it a little bit. And I think it just, I don't know, I like how it looks. I think it adds a nice touch. Also, I do add 2 little like bumblebees on top of the pumpkins. So when, like I said, the original inspiration for this set came from, what was it, Nails Slayed by Val. And she had a Winnie the Pooh on her middle finger. So her bumblebees made sense on floating on top of her pumpkins. I didn't realize till after I finished this set, like, the bumblebees have literally nothing to do with this set, since there's no Winnie the Pooh, but whatever. I guess it's a cute addition. But for anybody that wants to recreate it, I guess you can add them if you want to. They were definitely adorable on her set because, you know, it made sense. The honey, the Winnie the Pooh, you know, the bumblebees. But for this set, I don't know. It's kind of doesn't make sense. So yeah, I'm using that same pale yellow shade and just making 2 little ovals. And I left in me cleaning up that spot because I love this brush so much. It's the Nails by Dev. What does she call it? Guys, I don't even remember what she calls it, but she only has one brush that is for erasing mistakes. The brush is literally so perfect. So perfect for when you make a little mistake and you need to clean up like a line, or just like what I did just now. You just take a little tiny bit of alcohol and it makes cleaning up your mistakes so easy. I love that brush. Using a dark brown and adding the little black head for the bees and 2 little lines. And then I'm going to add just some very small little tiny wings on each side. The bumblebees were cute. Like, I think they came out very cute. I just don't know if they really make sense in this set, you know? Adding some wings on this guy. And then making those little dash marks again. These little dash marks are like so cute. I don't know what they're supposed to be. It looks like a trail of something, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I think they are so cute, like cartoonish or something. I don't know. Adding some on that side. And then we are going to move on to our thumbnail. And the thumbnail is going to be the exact same thing as the pinky nail. So just making some leaves using different shades of orange and brown. Doing the little ovals, the small little ovals, filling them in. Adding the little stem of the leaf. I'm sorry if you guys can hear my dog barking in the background. I don't know. I have yet to find out how to pause a voiceover and restart it. I don't think there is a way to do it, to be honest. So yeah, sorry if you guys can hear that. I was really happy with this acrylic color, the Very Towel mixed with the clear. I heard somebody, I was on Whatnot, that shopping app, and I was in NotPolish's live stream, and somebody in the chat recommended to do that. They said to do Very Towel and mix it with clear, and so that's where I got the idea to try it, because I've done Very Towel on its own before, but it's just more of a solid nude. And yeah, I wanted something a little bit more milky looking, and I think it came out so pretty. I kind of want to try it with Nude Panther, because I don't love Nude Panther on myself, on my own skin tone. I don't, like, I will use it, but I don't, it's not my favorite, so I want to try it mixed with the clear. Adding some more leaves. I also have a lot, since I told you guys I'm trying to grow my gel polish collection / gel liner collection, I have a lot of the NotPolish solo gels that recently came out. I have a lot of them, like pretty close to having almost a full collection. I'm probably missing maybe 8 shades out of the collection. If you guys are interested in seeing a swatch video of that, which honestly I'm probably just gonna make it regardless, but yeah, if you guys are interested in seeing that, let me know, because I kind of want to make a swatch video of the new gels. Doing the same thing, adding those little dash lines, adding some little curved lines, adding some little lines and definition to our leaves, using that dark brown shade. I think I add a couple more leaves too, because it wasn't, like, I just needed more on this nail. There was too much empty space. Adding, yeah, another leaf here. Also, for anybody that's watching, if you guys have a second to like the video, from what I hear, it does help, especially newer content creators out a lot. I think what it does is it pushes, like, the more likes the video has, it will push out the video to more viewers. So yes, if you guys have a second to like the video, please do. Now we're moving on to, what was this? The middle finger. This is supposed to be a fall tree. So what you do is you take your liner brush and you're going to use different shades of brown, orange, browns and oranges basically. And you're just going to splotch it on the way I'm doing, messily. And it's supposed to look like a fall tree. I seen that Nails by Val do it, and hers came out adorable. This was my first time ever attempting this. I thought it looked cute. I thought it looked like a fall tree, but when I was done with the set, I showed my husband and my 6-year-old son, and when I asked them what it was, they couldn't tell me what it was. So I don't know. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. Adding the what is this called? What would you call this? The stump of the tree? A tree stump? I don't know. The branch of the tree. Just adding the brown part of the tree. Using it again, a dark brown color. And filling that in. I did the little dots floating. It's supposed to look like, leaves falling from the tree. And now I'm adding some miniature pumpkins at the bottom. I think I added like 3 little tiny baby pumpkins at the bottom. Basically the same way that we made our first larger pumpkins. You're just going to make a M shape, a rounded M shape. Fill it in. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did 3 of them. And then you're going to go in with your darker brown shade or black if you want to, and outline it. Add your little curved lines. Very simple. A tiny little stem. They come out super duper cute. Very easy. So yeah, just doing that. Now I'm outlining them. And this brush that I'm using is the Madame Glam. I think she calls it the Ultra Liner Brush. I do like this one. It's shorter, super thin, so good for tiny details like this. Yeah, very easy. A very easy design to do. Adding the little stems of the pumpkins. I think I might do one more fall themed set after this, and then I'll probably start getting into like Christmassy looking designs. Now I'm just going in with the dark brown and adding some like ground dirt, just because it looked weird, the pumpkins just floating. And now I'm going in with the NotPolish matte top coat. I did, before going over before using the matte top coat, I did take a small amount of alcohol and wiped all of my nails first, because in the past when I have used matte top coat, my designs will bleed sometimes, and I cure the crap out of my nails. Like, I'm very scared of getting that allergy that some people can get, and I've just heard a lot of things about having uncured gel polish, so I cure my nails a lot. And I have the what is it called? Oh my god, what is it called? Young Nails. I have Young Nails, their full-size curing lamp. So, and I cure my nails a lot, like over what they recommend you to do. And it still will bleed. So I don't know why it does that, but my only way to fix that is to go ahead and wipe your design with a little bit of alcohol first, and that will take off any excess gel that hasn't cured, and that way your designs will not bleed with the matte top coat. And that only happens to me with matte top coat. It doesn't happen with glossy. I don't know why, what the reason is behind that. If there's a different way to fix it, I don't know. So yeah, just going over all the nails with matte top coat, and this is how they turned out, you guys. I'm gonna go in with some Young Nails cuticle oil. But yeah, this is how the set turned out. I'm also gonna show you guys how they look in different lighting. I usually do that in every video. I like to show you guys how they turned out in different lighting. So again, if you guys liked the video, if you enjoyed watching it, please give it a like if you're able to. Also, if you're interested in seeing any upcoming videos from me, subscribe if you're interested. And if you guys have any constructive criticism or any feedback, feel free to leave it in the comments. I'm all ears. And I very much appreciate anybody who sat through this and watched with me. And I will definitely be seeing you guys on my next video. Thank you guys so much. Bye.